Okay, now we're live. Go.
Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay, but here we are with the BS Busters, and I'm the Mage of Gaming, Jewel Writer.
That's right. And Kenoshi, you go next.
Hello, my name is Kenoshi Abamanito. Here to talk about the dying industry, and so yeah, let's get started.
All right, and finally we've got the man himself, the man, the splatling, the inkling, the man who goes around strapped at all times with his splatter shot. Go.
Well, technically, I'm a boy or a squid. Anyway, either two. But this is Triple M here, and all I can say is we are going to score. Oh, wait a minute! It's out.
Oh.
Basketball.
And finally, it's me, Mr. Red Fox, owner proprietor of BS Busters. Let's get this party started. So, basically, we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the major topic of this is same bullshit, different day. Mostly what we always see from Nintendo in regards to third party. We're hearing it yet again. People are like, where's the third party? Where's the third party? And here we are yet again with people surprised about the fact that Nintendo isn't really getting the third party support they think it should be getting. And so, for your guys' takes on this, who wants to go first?
I just want to say it like this. For the people that thought or they expect that one or two or maybe three, no, out of the two companies that people were desperate to have their games on the Switch, did you guys really went with such godly expectations, thinking that you're gonna get those games coming on the Switch? I guess I was too cynical, and well, same stuff, different day. That's what I say, and that's just my intro of it. I haven't even started yet. But
man, I don't know what you're talking about. We're getting FIFA 18 on the. I'm sorry, I couldn't even say that with a straight face. I was like, well, I'm gonna do what I normally do and just be totally facetious, and even I couldn't hold it together.
I called it.
But
we all called it.
But yeah, I mean, come on, man.
I'm gonna say this: third parties. Why are you so stingy with your quality? I mean, it's not that hard to put in much effort to make something real grand. Oh yeah,
make a decent game,
and not buggy either. Bethesda.
Well, isn't everything they make buggy?
Well, so far that I've seen about Bethesda, it seemingly looks. Keyword seemingly looks that it works rather well on the Switch, but I'm going to wait until after the release date and see how it goes on everyone's system. That's what the kicker really is going to hit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not getting anything until I see.
I mean, just based on their track record alone, if there's any indication, which, well, they have another problem. No, they have a problem on other places that we might get into.
Yeah, I'm not trusting them. But Kenoshi, your thoughts on this? Kenoshi Abamanito.
He's muted, but I'm hoping that he is still here, but he's probably busy.
All right.
Hopefully not chowing down on something.
But anyway,
Sorry, I was away. What were you guys? What's the topic?
well, right now we're on the topic of how people are surprised that the Switch, despite being a success, I mean, all around it's a success. It's outselling. Here's one when I say it's a success. The Switch is outselling the PS4 and also by default the Xbox One in Japan. It's also outselling the PS4 and the Xbox One here in the US. So basically, 2 out of the 3 major world markets, the Switch is currently right now dominating. And yet third parties do not want to put don't want to put any type of real quality games on the system.
And we're 6 months into the Switch's launch, and I think the Wii U flatlined around 3 to 4 months in, and it's still going.
No, it was around 6 months.
Around 6 months.
Yeah, it was about 6 months. Actually, no, the Wii U really failed about 9 months in. Because remember, it launched in November. And then, like, that Christmas, it did okay. And then, like, that spring is when it started going downhill because basically there were no, like, aside from Lego City Uncovered and, like, I want to say Splatoon? No, Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8? Like, those were the only 2 games, the only 2 really big games. And Lego City is like a single A game. It's not a triple A game. So the only triple A game that came out that summer was Mario Kart 8, and then later on Super Mario 3D World. And that was it. That was like, those were the 2 big games that came out that year.
Yeah.
So it was about 6-7 months.
Hold on. I think we're missing another one here. Oh crap! Where's the? Oh, yeah. Okay. We may not call these 2 big titles because one is a port of a GameCube port, and the other one is a very wacky game from Platinum Games, which is
Wonderful 101. Yeah. Wonderful 101 was a good game, but I think that, like, it was not the hard-hitting game to really push the system that, you know, you would think it would be. It's like Bomberman R. Bomberman R is a good game, but, like, people aren't buying a Switch just for Bomberman R.
Yeah.
Like, no one's buying no one bought a Wii U just for Wonderful 101.
Well, the thing about the Switch is that it's about so much different from the Wii U. It's just that Nintendo keeps putting out games for this thing, like every month. With the Wii U, they put out a couple of games, and then we didn't see anything until this time. Like,
well, Nintendo with the Wii U gave third parties. They're like, look, third parties like, we can't compete against your games. Okay, then we'll give you the entire summer.
Yeah, they
put out whatever the hell you want. The spring and summer, we'll give you spring and summer to put out whatever the hell you guys want. Here's your window. Put out whatever you want. And third parties did not a fucking thing.
Oh, so that no, some did. Okay, most did below the minimum line. Others,
which is nothing. They did nothing.
At least I'll give them that. But then others just, those didn't do squat.
Yeah. I mean, Ubisoft was supposed to do something, like a game that they hyped up to really showcase the power of the Wii U. They delayed and then ported it to everything else.
Because they were scared.
Yeah.
Because they were
scared. And they wanted that MS. They wanted that Sony money. Microsoft and Sony money.
You know. But that's neither here nor there. So,
well,
go ahead, Triple. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to go a bit deeper on this. First, we're going to start with our favorite company that that fans basically put a turd on their logo. EA. But You know what? At first, I actually did give EA a bit of a credit because I'm like, oh, because on the surface or from the very beginning when they showed the FIFA 18, I was like, okay, not bad, not bad. Even some people did say that at least graphically wise, it didn't look. Now, compared to the PS4, and I think that it also comes on the Xbox One, right?
Yeah, FIFA comes on everything.
Okay. So, the comparison of the PS4 and Xbox One to the Switch didn't look drastically different from the other versions, which is okay. I'll give them a plus. But then it kind of makes me wonder. Did EA went for the lowest common denominator on other consoles as well? But yeah, I digress. Let's just say, hey, they just want to not clean slate. They just want to hit it equally on every part. So I'm like, okay, fine, it's good. Okay, yeah, I'll give you credit for that. But then sometimes later, well, at least this week, we've heard some very interesting stuff, like from an article from Nintendo Everything that titles FIFA 18 dev on missing content feels Switch hardware is very difficult. Now, I digress about the whole missing content because they plainly said that from the very onset that there was going to be some difference. And the missing content, it was more to me. It was like, okay, you guys informed us that, but how much is it to begin with? Then on the developer of EA Sports Bucharest, Andrei Lazarscu, and he said in response, and I quote, I see it as being more social. Casual represents different things to different people. I look at them as two different games, two different worlds that I think we should make for what they are. And keep in mind that we should not try to force people onto certain things just because it works on a certain platform. Casual. Now, I think I did say this on Dr. Feelgood's AGOL's cast. I was like, casual. So you mean to tell me, of all these times, when these football games, I'm sorry, this was America. These soccer games that came out since this generation, since the first time, they weren't for the casuals. Okay, I grant it. So that means at least this generation or this generation that's still going on for the PS4 and the Xbox One, those you call those hardcore games. And even though I really do hate using these terms, but hey, layman's terms. So now you're. Oh, I didn't say this one before. So now you're saying you're going square one for the Switch. All right, I digress about that. Okay. But there was also something about the missing content when I heard about the single player game was the cinematic career mode. Like, okay, I can see why, because the Switch doesn't use the Frostbite engine. I was like, someone else said this, that they could have at least made a single player story mode that they could have just used the engine that they have for the Switch. But I digress on that part because they probably didn't have much time with the dev kids for the Switch version. So, all right, I digress on that too. But then when we fast forward, that was like what, Yeah, that was this week, 2 days ago. So then we fast forward to Dual Shockers that came out just yesterday, which titled FIFA 18 for Switch is a win-win for Nintendo and EA. Will be must-have like Mario Kart and Zelda, and I just laughed my ass off. I'm like,
you know what?
Are
Now
you
we
serious?
know EA is they're going into comedy as a backup because they're funny.
oh yeah, real funny. And I'm like, surprisingly, it's a very short article, so let's read on. Electronic Arts is soon going to make its debut on Nintendo Switch with a dedicated version of FIFA 18, and they recently mentioned that the performance of the game is going to weigh on future support for the play. Oh my gosh, here we go.
Isn't this what Capcom did?
Yeah, we need to do a
And-
test. Yeah, we need to give you a test because
No
we don't
more
know.
sleep-in test, you idiots! This is how you guys are trying to run away from the Nintendo systems again and again and again.
And you know,
I got a middle finger for each and every one of you that say that.
here's the thing. I would give them a pass. I would give EA a pass because it's just this game. So okay, I'll give you that. If it doesn't sell well, yeah, you guys can say whatever you say. Just don't say bollocks to me. Yeah, with Capcom, that was different because first it was just the Street Fighter 2 port. Then it was that Monster Hunter game,
Which they somehow screwed up because they sent over to PS4 land, which has movie lovers instead.
Yeah, and as I said before, it was Japan only, but just because of that kind of contradict the statement about the Street Fighter 2 being the only one. So yeah, so okay, EA, let's see how this goes. But to even say that it's a must-have titles particularly on the Switch, alongside Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Breath of the Wild, I'd say you guys got some freaking balls. And like Liger said it, King Kong balls, so big that
they block out the sun.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck they're thinking.
Oh, I think I know why. They like to think, well, if we can sucker these people, then we can sucker everyone.
Well, you have to remember, EA's entire business model is built around buying franchises, holding them hostage so that no one else has access to the franchise, and then basically making people pay an arm and a leg for shit that really
should have been
open to a lot of people.
And you know what? That's another thing. But I did mention when I saw this article, I did mention this. Oh crap! I need to find that.
Take a bit while we try to complain about other companies that are using this as a try to find a way out of saving Nintendo, of playing with Nintendo.
They just don't want to do it. I mean, and if they don't want to do it, fair enough. But don't piss on me and say it's raining, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, because I can already tell that with the FIFA that Nintendo's getting, it's gonna be utter BS.
No, look, it's a FIFA game. There's nothing really special about it. It doesn't have any enhancements. It's a game.
It's going to be the most watered down version of a game that I've ever seen.
Basically.
Yeah, I found my post because I basically replied to this article saying, maybe a win-win for Nintendo and EA, for Europe, but the discrepancy between these two versions is so big. At this point, this could go either way. At this point, at one point I'll be very surprised that they would actually get this ball going in Europe, and on the other end, because it's basically a dumbed down version on the Switch, I am not going to be surprised that EA is going to say that we tried, not many bought the game, so we move on.
No, here's the thing. If EA is expecting this to sell an arm and a leg and do like exceptionally well, like at the same sales rate as Mario Kart,
they are fishing in the wrong watering hole.
Yeah, exactly. They're barking up the wrong tree. You know, they're like a dude going up to a hot chick, and he's like, "Yeah, baby, what's your number?" She's like, "I'm a lesbian." And like, he's like, "No." He's like, "Look,
why didn't they put like Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare? Why didn't they put any of those games on the console? That would have made more sense if they're trying to reach that kind of audience.
Because that takes effort, and EA is the antithesis of making effort.
EA does not understand Nintendo's audience at all. They don't get it.
No, they're like, Nintendo needs sports games. We have a sports game right here. Not a Madden, no, because people would want to play a home console version of Madden on the go. Fuck that. No, people want to play FIFA on the go. And like, this game is being targeted to sell well in Europe because that's where FIFA is really a big deal, is Europe. But here's the problem. Like most of the people who like really like FIFA in Europe already bought it for their PS4 or for PC. They are not buying it again just so that they can play it on the go. Like,
yes, that was exactly my point. Because if EA is really going to be gun this, that people would like to play this on the go at the cost of all those missing contents. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's going to be a hard sell. Which you've already, like you said, Red. Which you've already make them feel comfortable with the release with the early releases on the PS4, because maybe not all, or either a good portion or a small portion. They know what they're going to get the good stuff on the other consoles.
Well, I mean, like, it's just, FIFA is one of those games that people like. Okay, I don't think there's anyone in Europe who's holding out to get FIFA. If they're a FIFA fan, they already have a PS4. They already bought this game, and they're not going to double dip so that they can play it on the go. That's laughable.
Yeah.
As I was going to say, sometimes those guys are so sports happy that they can't see quality if it bit them on the air.
Yeah.
Some kind of dumb style, but hey, even though easy choice, but man, this is going to be some gamble, and I'm just.
Let me give you 3 examples of games they could have put on the Switch before FIFA. Okay, that would do better than FIFA. Mass Effect Trilogy with all the DLC. Plants vs Zombies 1 and 2 Switch edition, where like maybe with like you have new plants that are based on Nintendo properties. So like you have like a plant that maybe looks kind of like Link that uses its leaf as a sword, or maybe the plant that eats people. Maybe you could upgrade it so that it looks like a piranha plant from Super Mario Brothers. Like, that would be more of a interesting game to put on the system than, hey, you want to play FIFA?
Oh yeah, there was, but you can't put Mass Effect on that list on Red, because they've already dissolved that. Yeah, and also
here's the thing. No, they could, but that's the thing. They could put Mass Effect on that list.
I would ask how, but something tells me that's a more complex deal.
No. The reason I say they could put Mass Effect on the list of games, like they could put a Mass Effect trilogy on the list, is because Mass Effect is still a like. There are a lot of people who want the trilogy, right? Didn't get it when it first came out, especially on a Nintendo platform. So why not give it to them now?
Simple. They already got their money from the other two.
Either that, or just because they some still weren't
because EA hates.
Yeah, I would say
It's
because
EA
go
hates fun. EA hates fun. That's why they hate fun.
And I would say maybe because some of these gamers actually still retain their last gen consoles with that game, but yeah. But then that trilogy also come on the PS4 and Xbox One, right? So yeah.
No, the Mass Effect trilogy was on the PS3 and the 360. Yeah, it's a last gen game, but Nintendo gamers never got that game, so that's why I'm saying that makes sense.
I don't understand how they're sitting there looking at their record books and their data management systems, and all this other stuff, and it's just like, well, we're putting FIFA on this thing. It's like, what? FIFA makes no sense. And besides
Especially
Europe, there's.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I guess they're trying to grow the audience in Europe, but they're better. They're better games. Like, okay, raving Mario and Mario Cross Rabbids. Yeah, Mario Cross Rabbids is more likely to bridge the gap in Europe than FIFA because, like I said, it's an exclusive game. If you want to play that game, you have to get a Switch. Whereas FIFA, if you want to play FIFA, you can get it on PC, you can get it on Xbox One, you can get it on PS4. There is no reason for you to buy a Switch to play FIFA. And they're like, well, you can get it on the go. You can get it, in a handheld. If that's your major reason to own this system, I don't know what to say to you.
Oh snap! Back on the whole the Switch hardware is very difficult. I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention that Larescu feels that the Switch hardware is very difficult and the feature mode exactly like the journey is unlikely. He also added that the aforementioned additions would take an army of people if it's possible to be done. Now, I'm sorry, but do I have to keep bring this up and I'll put it on Video Game Facts? I'll post it there on Video Game Facts too. That Ubisoft, the French EA wannabe, actually ported or made a complete port of the PS4 version of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and it was almost 1-to-1 on the Wii U, and that was a console that they said it was hard to port for.
But we can't use Ubisoft as a valid reason as to why something is being ported over. Because look, Ubisoft right now is trying to prevent. Now
I would say right now, but at that
even back then they were trying to prevent Vivendi from pulling down their pants, tying them down, and taking advantage of them.
But that's the thing. Even when they're at a worse at a worse state than EA, it seems like they done it. They done it. But there's a big but here. I will say that I am not sure if they actually used a newer engine to make Black Flag. So,
well, I mean, it doesn't matter if they didn't use a new engine, because the thing about it is that all of these engines are scalable. Even Frostbite is scalable.
Which I'm surprised by that too.
So, I mean, because Frostbite engine's on PC, and PC is scalable. Because not every PC is going to have the specs. Like, for example, the base specs of my PC are 12 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, and 8 gigabytes of DDR. DDR4 on my graphics card. So, I mean, on paper, that's still not the recommended specs for Mass Effect Andromeda, which is 16 gigs of RAM, and then you need a really good graphics card. But I can still run that game just fine. So, I mean, the thing is that like all of this shit is just them trying to control people. It's EA doing what they always do. This is a throwaway game that's cheap for them to make so that they don't have to support the system because they don't want to support Nintendo. And that's all it is. I mean,
it's like they're just gonna shake their head and be like, "Oh, sorry, we can't support Nintendo."
It didn't make money. See, of course it didn't, because everyone who wants to buy this fucking game already bought it on the PS4. Dummy.
It's gonna be. My hope is, and it's not gonna happen as a journalist. It's like, look, EA. Look, FIFA, really? FIFA? You thought that was the answer? I mean, it would be nice if they actually called them out and said, look, you know, it's like, you really think FIFA was going to be that game that was going to prove, look, we obviously know this is you trying to find a way out. This isn't, This has nothing to do with, you know, Nintendo gamers just don't buy our games. This is you trying to find a way out.
Yeah, this is them taking, because they aren't even using, like, they're like, well, we can't put the Frostbite engine on the system. Bullshit. Look, if you can put the Frostbite engine
on a phone,
well, I don't know if it's on the phone, but I do know the Frostbite engine is on the Xbox One. And the Xbox One is not really that much more powerful than the Switch is right now. The old Xbox One, when it first came out, okay?
Yeah. That is true.
So if that's not the case, then I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? Either that or someone is definitely mishandling the management. But yeah,
man, this is EA. The only thing they're concerned about is returning investment to their investors. EA is not. EA is all about returning investment to their investors. They do not give a shit about making good games. Okay, that's why Mass Effect
in their pockets.
That's why Mass Effect Andromeda is a broken piece of shit. That's why Mass Effect Andromeda was released in the state it was, because they knew that they could put like a certain amount of money into it and get, you know, they got their money. That game sold 6 million. They got their money. They would have liked it to sell more, but look, that game sold initially at 60 million.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, somebody can hear things.
Yeah, I know. Someone's really enjoying. Someone's really enjoying.
Hey, Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania in Chemical Zone. I get it, but I mean, I'm guilty too. Like right now, I'm talking with you guys, but I'm also playing Agents of Mayhem. But unlike certain people, I can turn that off and get back to the podcast. So no, but I mean, like literally, like they're like, well, FIFA, seriously, like. You really think FIFA is going to crack the market in Europe for Nintendo? Man, sit your ass down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please, I mean, I almost want to say a curse word that begins with the N word and say please, but I won't.
Because if anything, you got more words in your mouth for that kind of stupidity.
Well, I don't like saying that unless someone really has crossed all the lines. And this is just video games. It's not like ultra serious. But I mean,
brother, please, man.
Basically, yeah. It's like really. This is the game. I mean, I could name 5 games that would do better on. Okay, do a Command and Conquer on the Switch. Do a fucking
If they do it right.
Well, shit, man. It could just be a port of the first 3 games, just up-res for the. It would probably do well. I got a good idea. Do Knights of the Old Republic. No, not Knights of the Old. Do Dragon Age 1, 2, and Inquisition on the Switch, like a trilogy of just all 3 games, that would do well. With all the DLC.
That's too much of a hard work for them.
All they'd have to do is just optimize the code to run on the Switch, which, considering that Dragon Age 1 and 2 came out for the PS3 and the Xbox were last-gen games, and Inquisition, I think, was a cross-gen game. I think it was on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Let me check.
I believe it was. But
here, Dragon Age Inquisition. Let me look it up. I'm gonna because I don't want to say something and be wrong. I don't want to be that guy. It was on last gen systems as well. So I mean, really, bitches, and that used the Frostbite engine. So that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. They're like, oh, it can't handle the Frostbite engine. Trust me. The Wii U was more powerful. The Wii U was more powerful than the 360 and the PlayStation 3. You put a fucking Frostbite game on those systems, you just some lying motherfuckers. That's all that shit is.
I mean, who knows? Maybe that was the Frostbite 1.0, and they got a 2.0. But
yeah, but that still means the engine is scalable, which means they just don't want to do it. That's what, like, I wish EA would just say, look, we don't want to do it. Okay, fuck it, we just don't want to do it. There you go.
Yeah,
I could deal with that. They're like, you know what? We don't want to do it. There you go. We just don't want to. We just do not want to do it. We don't want to put any type of real effort into this game. All right, into this system. Okay, fair enough. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Fair enough.
Yeah, but then we have other people are going to say screw EA or something like that, or they're just gonna keep buying their games on other consoles. But I digress. You can't please everyone. But yeah, next one is from 2K Sports, NBA 2K18.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that game.
Right now, at first, I felt like there was some sort of discrepancy here because at first when this news about this game came about, granted I did not know the first news about it was there was the digital version of the game, like when this whole thing about that we need a micro SD card to download additional games, and I'm like, what is that? What is that? But I stayed cool, waited for more news to come up and say they got physical release coming up as well. Now, all right, cool. But then that lingering notion about the additional downloadable content was looming in my head, because I was like, wait a minute, why did you just come out with the base game, then say something about additional content? But I should have known the history with these games, that or maybe I should follow the notion that most people play these games online. So okay, I get it. And then the whole brought up the whole file size that I think it was the whole game was 25 gigs, correct?
I don't know.
Believe it or not, there's a new 500 gigs that's coming out, and it's just slightly, as far as I know, under the price of the Switch. That's the highest I found out so far.
Huh. Okay,
yeah,
that's. Go ahead.
The Switch is able to use a 2 terabyte SD card, which doesn't exist yet, but has the capability of using it.
So you mean it's forward compatible? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they actually did forward thinking with this thing. It's like, oh well, Nintendo isn't it's not possible with Nintendo.
They need to get with the times, stupid bastards.
Yeah. That's the thing. Here's my thing that kind of felt a bit conundrum before all the concrete news came out, because I had in my mind that I'm hoping that this game, that when I buy this game or acquire this game digitally or physical, that I don't have to connect online to actually play the game, because then it would be I have this content that is basically a brick game. I can't do anything with it unless I'm online. But fortunately, that's not the case. Well, at least at least for the base game, the whole 25 gigs of it, you can only do certain modes to play on it on offline. So I was like, okay, I'll give you guys a pass on that. At least it wasn't something worse than I imagined. So all right, let's see how this goes.
As shady as 2K can be, at least they're giving a game that people are actually gonna play. It's like.
Well, I mean, not just that. At least it's the full game. I mean, look, that's still better than EA with their, okay, guys, we're gonna give you a half-ass bootleg version of this game, and you better accept it, or else.
Yes, which I have to give 2K Sports much more credit than EA, because with NBA 2K18, all versions, and that includes the Switch people, that they're all getting the same content.
Yeah,
even the downloadable content.
And at least they didn't lie to anyone and say, well, we couldn't put our engine on the system. But you put the last NBA 2K16 is on the Wii U. It's the same engine. Shut the fuck up. We can't put our engine on the system. That's basically what we've been dealing with. It's like if you ask simple questions, no, don't you do that. Don't you ask me them questions.
Yeah. But I digress. Anyone else wants to say something about this before I move on to my last topic? Or to my last one? All right, then on to my last one, which is the director. Earlier these days, that the director of Final Fantasy 15 basically came out and said that there is something of Final Fantasy 15 coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
Likely the mobile version.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, it's the mobile version. You know what I have to say?
BS.
No, he can go fuck himself. That's what I gotta say.
I once heard somebody say that developers, they don't want to put their games on the Switch because they don't want to sacrifice visual
graphical quality.
But at the same time, they do this all the freaking time. I mean, Watch Dogs 2.
I would make a joke that ATV6 did this too.
I remember when I first saw Watch Dogs 2, I was like, man, this game is really pretty. And then I saw later trailers, and it's like, whoa, what? You're doing this again, Ubisoft? You're doing this again with the downgrade and all this? Okay, all right, but
Like, here's the thing, okay? Look, I understand. They're like, they don't want to do the graphical downgrade. And here, let's keep it real. The reason developers don't want to do a graphical downgrade is because they know that if they didn't have the pretty graphics on their system, on their games, people would know their games for being the shit that they are. Well, but it's pretty shit, but it's shit.
I was gonna say, aka spray painted 24 karat gold turd.
Well, I wouldn't even go that far. It's like when your dog gets into something that they really shouldn't get into, and they eat it, and they're really enjoying it and everything, and then like your dog goes to the bathroom, and then you realize your dog has been eating shit.
Yeah.
no, your dog ate like gold, like something with gold glitter in it. So it's but it's still dog poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I would have let that go until that same director just said yesterday that nothing has been decided. Or Final Fantasy says the director says nothing of Final Fantasy 15 has been decided with Switch. They're just looking into the system, and I'm like, bloody hell, man! Why didn't you say this first instead of what you said?
A few moments later.
Yes, I'm like, what are you doing, man? Sending mixed messages, mixed signals? I hate that. I really do hate that.
Why should he care?
Because he knows that his money is going to be grabbed regardless of what he says, and he thinks that putting a jab in front of another system, well, it gives him more green.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep it real for a second, okay? Let's just keep it absolutely real. Final Fantasy hasn't been shit since Hironobu Sakaguchi left, okay? And this new guy that they got running Final Fantasy, I mean, let's keep it real. Final Fantasy 15 is not a terrible game, but it's not a Final Fantasy game.
Now, my problem is if it's something like this is going to keep up, or how they try to say something about a project that they're making, you know what? I might as well not listen to any of these until there's an actual confirmation, or even after that, until the game is released, actual release. Because now this is just bullocks, man.
I mean, if I'm going to play Final Fantasy, let's keep it real, okay? Final Fantasy is not what it used to be. It's gone downhill since the dude who helped create it left. It has not been what it once was. The new Final Fantasy is not really, in my opinion, it's not a very good game. I know a lot of people are like, man, I love this game. It's the Final Fantasy I always wanted. If Final Fantasy 15 is the Final Fantasy you always wanted, then you don't like Final Fantasy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy 15 is not Final Fantasy. It's what it is Kingdom Hearts.
That's why I keep telling people all the times when it's Final Fantasy 15, it's really Final Fantasy Cross Kingdom Hearts.
Well, at least gameplay wise, but hey. But yeah, that was my my 3 topics of today. So yes,
well, anyone else have any other topics they want to bring up?
Well, I can get into one, but I'll wait for you guys.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
This is Bullshit Busters. If there's some bullshit, you can bring it up.
Let's see. How about this? That some people cannot take this as truth. That the Nintendo has been making a profit, even though they might have slipped a little. That they have been able to keep up their quality, and yet people are telling them to go with the times.
Oh, come on! It's the specs and features. It's not about the games anymore.
Huh. Yeah, this is how come the other 2 companies are in the red.
Oh, we're talking about the Xbox division's unfortunate events.
That, and the fact that people are saying that Nintendo needs to change because it's 2017, get with the beeping times, and that Nintendo is giving everybody else support because their stuff is low quality, which I have to say is BS.
you know, I get tired of that argument. They're like, well, you know, Nintendo needs to get with the times. Nintendo, look, listen. In my opinion, Nintendo has, when they have been fucking up lately, like really screwing up lately, it's been because they were doing things that got with the time. Like, for example, charging people for online that's actually kind of shitty. For example, anyone here play Splatoon 2's Splatfest lately?
I've always been worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than it was the last Splatfest, but I'm like, God damn, you guys, like, I mean, if this is what we're supposed to be paying for in the future, and you can't get shit, you still can't get shit together, I'm worried.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as a Nintendo fan, ride or die Nintendo fan for many, many years. Like Nintendo, when a new console comes out, my first console is always a Nintendo console, everyone else second. And I'm saying that their online, especially for what you're supposed to be paying for this in the future, is not what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But people are going to get mad at me because how dare I say that? Because, you know, I should just accept it.
That's a bit of a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I should just accept it all because reasons. But I mean, you know, that's like Nintendo re-releasing a game that came out years ago for $60. Really? That's some EA shit right there. But that's Nintendo getting with the times. And people buying it. Well, I really want that battle mode. You are part of the problem. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's all right.
Well, I've seen that they've accepted it for other companies, so yeah, why not Nintendo dig in? So, yeah.
You know what I mean? The water's kind of lukewarm. How about we just turn it up and you know, really boil our skin?
So
and if anybody tries to get out, of the pot, we drag them back in. Hey, no, you're getting boiled along with us, kid. You're getting boiled along with us.
Know, the one company that actually gave you value for what you did and didn't try and nickel and dime the shit out of you is now getting with the times. They're now starting to nickel and dime people, and you know what? I don't like it.
Which is a sad thing.
But you know, I got to go with it because everyone else is going with it. I
Going
can't.
with it. Yep.
You know, I'm forced if I want to enjoy certain things. But no, I'm not buying all these fucking amiibo. I'm not getting all of the Samus amiibo. I'll get the ones that I want, and that's it. And not to unlock anything, but because I like the characters.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, you got to end up with somebody's plate with melted butter. I'm no sorry. That's just how it's going to be. You're the one crab that's trying to get out of the bucket, and everybody else is like, "No, you're staying down here. You're gonna be on that plate right along with us."
Well, that's the thing. Like Nintendo was the one company that actually gave you value for what you wanted and didn't try and screw you over. And no one ever talks about that. They're like, no. How dare you say that? You should just accept it. Like, why should I accept that shit? Why?
It's what's going on now. But in all logically, there is no reason to accept it. I'm not like Mario. I'll probably pick up Mario Deluxe once it drops in price. I ain't paying $60 for that.
Yeah, especially when I already bought it.
Out of your mind, son.
Not when I already bought the damn thing for, you know.
Of course.
For the Wii U, I'm not. No. What are you, retarded? No, I shouldn't say that. What are you, brain damaged? You know, I mean, should we all just continuously just, you know, I mean, it's like. And I understand people, I really wanted the battle mode. I get it. I totally get it. But you know what? not for $60. I'm not paying $60 for a battle mode. That's asinine.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Nintendo, this is them getting with the times. And now people are complaining, oh man, I don't like this. Why is Nintendo locking things behind a paywall? You wanted them to get with the times.
That's for it.
That's what you asked for. See, us who had sense, we were like, please do not let Nintendo be like these other assholes. Please, please, please. But no, you wanted them to be like everybody else. So,
like you're gonna get what you want. You just, but you better pray. You better you better be able to handle the consequences. You better be able to handle whatever conclusion it ends up bringing you.
You wanted them to be like everybody else, and now they're like everybody else. It doesn't feel good, does it? It doesn't feel good getting shafted by the company, does it? No, it doesn't. But this is what you wanted.
But we only wanted the good parts. We only wanted the good part. Look, this is this is what happens.
There are no
you want to
good
be like.
parts.
Yeah, this is what happens when you wish for these sort of things. You get everything and the kitchen sink. No, you can't just buy the kitchen sink. You got to have everything. Everything is included. You can't buy it. You can't take apart the kitchen and like, oh, I just only want this part of the kitchen.
I mean,
with everything.
It's like when people are like, well, why don't you like Microsoft? I mean, they gave us hard drives and a better online because they charged us for it. And here's the thing: if you have high-speed internet or even decent internet, you already pay for online. Why am I paying more for online when I already pay for online?
That's a good question.
Especially when like 95% of the games that were on these systems, and even now, a lot of these games are still peer-to-peer. And if they're server-based, the heavy lifting is still being done by you with the connection. So why am I paying you for something that I'm already paying for? That's some stupid stuff right there.
Oh snap! I totally forgot about the other point of side that Bethesda is having a very unfortunate day lately.
Oh, you mean with their creation club, like timing people about shit that they already bought once?
Which was basically another. It's another name for paid mods.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what it was. It was like when you get Creation Club, they give you like I want to say like 10 like 100 credits, which is like $10.
Yeah.
And then after you pay your 100 credits, what happens is that like there's nothing in the thing that's like 100 credits. Like there's like stuff that's like 400 credits, which is like $40. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is what these people gave us. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. And then you got these people. No, man, it's not that bad. We're getting paid for our work. No, you're not. Bethesda is taking a cut of your money for something that you of your hard work. If you want to get paid for your mods, then why don't you just go on a website and say this is a paid mod? It's $30. It's $40. But if you're going through Bethesda, they're going to get their cut. Okay.
And apparently, yeah, and apparently, for what I've seen, the comparison aesthetically from modders themselves to this whole paid mod thing, the one from Bethesda look worse than the ones from the modders themselves.
Of course, because Bethesda is a lazy ass company. Their games are garbage. I know people will be like, oh no. Look, listen, I'm saying this as someone who's been playing Bethesda games for years. Their games are not Bethesda's does not put the care and attention into building their games like other companies do. So, But hey, if you want to play a lot of mods for your Bethesda games, my advice: Nexus Mods, folks. It's cheap. It's free. Well, actually, it's free. The mods are free, and you get more content. You get more bang for your buck because it's free. It's absolutely free. Like literally, you pay nothing and you get a lot of content for free. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's free, which is like the best price ever, free 99. Because gaming is already expensive, and if you game on PC, like, why would I pay more for something when I don't have to? I know people like to say PC gamers are always pirating and shit like that, but like that's why you get a PC, is so that you can game for cheaper, so you can get better deals and stuff like that. I don't game on PC so I can pay like literally more for shit that, you know, I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, breaking news. Apparently, Infinite Mini Golf was pulled from the North American Switch eShop due to rating issue, but it will be back soon.
Shall I
Infinite
ask?
Mini Golf. Isn't that a game with it's like it's like a golf game, but it's like arcadey and kind of weird.
Yes, that is it.
I mean, it's really weird for a golf game. It's like, wow, this is kind of odd, kind of awkward.
It seems like the reason for for it being pulled out was that they've submitted a patch that is currently in approval, which removes the art and will then revert our rating back to E, as in for everyone.
That's odd.
So it went from E for everyone to T for, you know.
So the artwork for the game shouldn't have been in there in the first place. Yo.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't see it. That'd be.
And they say it's practical, and they admit that it was their fault.
Well, I mean, at least they aren't blaming some random person like some companies do. Oh, you stole my stuff, you bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's always someone else's fault. Those bastards.
I know exactly what you're talking. What and who you're talking about. Yeah.
I did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Just sitting here minding my own business. Nothing.
Nintendo did this. It's their fault. It's all Nintendo's fault. Or the people who are like, hey man, we need, you know what we need on the Switch? We need Night Trap. No, we don't. We didn't need that shit back in the day. We don't need it now. Like seriously, if you look, we do not need Night Trap. No one needs Night Trap.
Night Trap.
The only good thing about, I mean, Night Trap is just sad for everyone. Dana Plato was in it. That poor woman who died tragically.
Shall I ask?
She was the girl from Different Strokes.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was the girl who played Gary Coleman's adopted sister. And she just, you know, everyone on that show had like a tragic life. All the kids. The guy who played Willis was a drug addict. Dana Plato died horrifically, and Gary Coleman, we all know what happened to that poor person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Willis? Makes that whole what you talking about Willis look completely different, don't it?
Yeah. So he died from dialysis or something?
No, he basically he fell down some steps or something and had a stroke, and then they had him on. He had liver problems, which is why he was so short. Was because he had liver problems, which kept him from growing to his full height. And he just, I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad that poor person just, you know.
Yeah.
That is sad.
But I mean, a little bit of non-video game history for you people. But yeah, it's
Well, guess what? It seems like Nintendo is or PAX West is actually streaming Mindy's at night right now as we speak.
I will not be watching it, mostly because I already know what I'm gonna buy, and them showing me stuff is probably not gonna make me want to buy more. Like I'm getting Steam World Dig 2. I mean, Steam World Dig 2, and I'm gonna get that No More Heroes game because it's No More Heroes. I mean, come on.
It's Travis Touchdown.
It's Travis Touchdown, baby. And if they use the Joy-Cons with that HD rumble, yes. Yes.
Oh,
wonderful things will happen. Wonderful things. Wonderful things. Because No More Heroes is not only a fun game, it's also fun to play, which is most important. Yes, it's a little perverted, but it is also fun to play, which is most important.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough to be perverted. You got to be fun. And if you aren't fun and perverted, then you're just lame. Which I mean, that's what's wrong with those Dead or Alive games. Those Dead or Alive Extreme games, it's not even a good volleyball game.
Yeah.
Guess what? It seems like they're hosting with Pamela Horton.
I don't know who Pamela Horton is.
This is the same lady that was a Playboy playmate and cosplayed.
Is she playing?
She cosplayed as Bayonetta.
Oh, she's that one. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
right. I might have to watch then.
And she's basically wearing Travis Touchdown's attire. So
well, then I'm gonna have to go watch then. Now I gotta watch. I was like, is she going as Jean from No More Heroes? Because that would be like the perfect little thing going on there. Because Sylvia. Sylvia was off the chain in that one. She was.
People were so upset about the whole Nintendo and Playboy thing. It's like Bayonetta's a rated.
It's Bayonetta. I mean, if there ever was a character who really belonged to have a Playboy Bunny player, it would be Bayonetta. I mean, shit. I mean, what other character? Like, it wouldn't look okay. And maybe Mayor Daisy from Mario Odyssey in that red dress and the fedora. But aside from that,
I mean, dang it, did people forget that Nintendo basically co-partnered with Playboy when
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day with those freaking condoms.
Those Conker condoms.
Yeah.
Conker condoms. They won't look. They'll always keep you coming.
Wow.
I was saying, that's a good one. I should have seen that coming.
Okay, fine. Then how about
I should have seen that coming. Oh my gosh!
Conker's camouflage condoms. She'll never see you coming.
Oh, you boy.
Okay, that's enough.
Apologies.
I'm done. I know I've gone too far, but hey, those are kind of yuck it up, but still. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's. It's No More Heroes, and that kind of segues into our next topic. The indies, aside from No More Heroes, which I think all of us are kind of like No More Heroes, baby. What else are we looking forward to coming out?
And speaking of No More Heroes, I don't care how different it's going to be, because I know it's going to be hilarious. for at least once, because I'm hoping this is I'm hoping that it's not going to turn out the whole Federation Force fiasco, because we do not want that again. And I don't mean we do not want Federation Force gay. No, I just don't want that whole situation happening again.
As in people giving out hate mail before it even arrives.
And petitions for killing it just because it's not what they thought it was.
I'm still going to get it. I don't care.
I saw some videos saying that this is the mature, that companies need to stop putting names of famous stuff on games that's supposed to be new stuff. When they use the example of Star Fox Adventures and Dinosaur Planet for this one.
Well, but that's the only way that game would sell. Like the only way that game would sell was that they had to do that. Like I don't understand people like, oh no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got worded into a 22 argument because I said that Codename Steam is what Rabbids plus Mario was, and people said that it's more to XCOM, which I never heard of in the first place.
Well, I mean, here's what. Codename Steam is a tactical strategy game, and so they're both tactical strategy games, except Rabbids uses known character Mario. I know some people say, what about the Rabbids? The Rabbids are only known in France. Like here in America, Ubisoft stopped supporting the Rabbids.
They're infamous for the Rabbids.
So no one has the impetus to really be like, oh man, the Rabbids. Like, whatever. Rabbids, ooh, okay.
I said that they're infamous around here.
We don't like them. We don't like that kind around here. We don't like those kind of people.
Uh-huh.
We don't like silly bug-eyed people around here. You better look normal or we get mad.
I was gonna say that those Rabbids, they steal most of the game. They steal most of the antics, as in you can't really understand them at all.
Well, I mean, they're kind of like, the best way I could describe the Rabbids, even though they came before this character, is the Rabbids are kind of like what's the word? They're kind of like the Minions, but
dumber.
Yeah, except the Minions were at least useful. See, like people don't like the Minions, but if anyone here who's actually seen the last,
that's the funny thing. I'm mutual to the Minions.
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Minions, but I saw the last Despicable Me because I like Despicable Me, and the Minions, like the Minions took over an entire jail. They were tough. Like people were legit afraid of the Minions, and how they took it over actually made sense as far as the characters in the story. And I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty funny. Like people were legit, like the Minions were going up to people in the prison and like taking their stuff, like literally like snatching their shit, like hardcore dudes. And we know the people that go to jail, and they were just going in taking their shit, like, I mean, hardcore stuff. And I'm like, that's actually kind of funny. The Rabbids to me aren't even hilarious. I'm like, fuck these guys. I'm sorry.
They're like weed.
I will say, I will give them the toilet humor that they usually bring about. It seems like it's been toned down in Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom.
Well,
so far that I've seen.
They couldn't have poo-poo humor. Although, if Nintendo were smart, they would make a 3D Donkey Kong Country game and have Cranky Kong special attack B throws his poo. Because he is a gorilla, and gorillas do that. I'm just saying.
As I said, that would be asking people to say good night, and
I don't know. I play that game.
And try to put different rating on that.
I play that game. I'd still play it. You know, like you play like a Mario cross Donkey Kong game, and Donkey Kong's all like Cranky Kong is he's pretending that he's on his deathbed to get attention from his kids, and he's like,
"Oh my god,
Mario, closer!
Oh god,
come closer, Mario!" And Mario's like, I have something to give you, Mario. and then he finally gets so close to Mario that Mario's like, what the fudge? And it turns out
It's a
Cranky
fudge.
smashes him in the face with a turd. Because he is in fact, he's a gorilla. Come on, he's got a.
Yeah, that's a common fact.
I mean, they're all monkeys. I mean, come on, and that's what monkeys do. They throw. They throw.
Waste.
They throw waste at people. As a matter of fact, there's entire videos where you can see angry monkeys throw waste on people. It's actually kind of funny as long as it's not happening to you. So it's like I saw this one where this old lady went with her grandkids to the zoo, and this chimpanzee, like you could see him winding up to let it out. Like he was winding up, and I was like, uh-oh. And then he threw it, and it landed right on Granny's face. And I was like, man, that is just
gross.
Well, it was funny because, I mean, shit, it wasn't me. What do I care? Why should I feel? Look, listen. Look. Here's my rule of thumb. You do not, if you don't cage wild animals, bad things can't happen. You don't mess with monkeys; they don't throw poo-poo at you.
No kidding.
Yep, that's a true statement right there.
I mean, you don't go messing around with wild animals. They don't, it's like people like, man, this tiger attacked somebody. Well, why are you messing with that tiger? Don't be messing with the tiger. You be fine. Shoot.
Okay. I would note to the viewers that is not watching the stream of Nindies at Night yet, is while they're actually talking about the games right now, they're actually displaying Super Meat Boy. It's just you're going to see the same trailers. That's a fair warning.
Look, man, no one's there for the trailers. They just want to see that hot lady. They just want to see that hot lady in Travis touchdown gear because.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everyone wants to see hot ladies in Travis touchdown gear.
I know I am.
Or even moderately hot ladies in not hot gear. No one. Yeah, look.
No, I would say there's some acquired taste in that, but I know what you're going with that. I kind of agree, but yeah. Other than Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I was very interested in Mulaka.
That almost sounds like a derogatory term, alternative term against black people.
Really?
Yeah. Well, in South Africa, their alternate term for the N-word is South African term for a monkey. So when they say Malacca, I'm like, uh-oh. Like in my head, I'm like, come on, man, no.
Don't pull this stupid off.
Don't say that. Don't say Malacca.
Yeah.
There's some things that are just so stupid it hurts.
Well,
is that like a racial term or something? Or?
Basically, Malacca is basically the South African equivalent to the N-word, except it's in South Africa. So, it's kind of like in Italy, the Italian term for the N-word is muli. So,
and there you have it, folks. How culture clash does happen when they use they have the same
different words, same insult. So basically, folks, if you're black and you go to these countries and you hear someone call you a muli, they're calling you the N-word in Italian. Be aware. If someone from South Africa calls you a macaca, he just called you the N-word.
Okay. I really wish you didn't bring that one.
That's the word. That's what they call them. I'm like, that's really the reason I know this is because where I live, our former governor, whose mother is South African, basically said, where I'm from, we call these boys the macacas. He's a Southern racist. And he was like, I didn't mean to call him that. It's like, man, look, man, we all know what you meant to say.
And we know that is stupid.
And we all know it's a racist term. So I don't know who you're trying to fool, buddy. And then he tried to get out of it, but he was caught on candid camera because he's stupid. So that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna be racist, be racist, but don't be racist and stupid too. But normally those two things seem to go hand in hand. But that's neither here nor there. Uh-oh, I'm in a trap. So with that being said, what other Nindies are people looking forward to? The final Shovel Knight DLC.
The Dragon game.
There's a Dragon game?
Yeah. So the people that created the Mighty Number 9 that we should have got, and Gunvolt.
Oh, you mean that action RPG game? Yeah, that looks cool. I might get that. I'll tell you what else I'm looking forward to, aside from Shovel Knight.
Go for it.
And SteamWorld Dig. There was this game that looks kind of like, I don't know if it's an indie, but it basically looks like Advance Wars. It looks like a modern version of Advance Wars, and it's called Tiny Army. And I'm like, you sons of bitches, you made the game that Nintendo didn't have the balls to make. I salute you.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it. They haven't made an Advance Wars in years, so I mean, what else can we say? It's not.
4Kids looks interesting because I don't think we've ever. It might have, but I remember seeing a breakdancing game before.
A breakdancing game, yeah, I'm down with that. I might get that game just so that I can screen cap it, just so that I can record it and dub the music over with some breakdancing tunes of the '80s, because that was my jam back in the day. When I was a kid, I used to breakdance like a little kid. I could breakdance too. I could get down, like literally. I could literally get down.
Another one,
that's a neat one.
No, I could.
That's the one I'm hoping to see really going forward.
Like I could, like literally back in the day, I could really breakdance. Like I could do. I could like when I was like 4, 5, 6 years old, I could breakdance. And then as I got bigger and it stopped being cool, I stopped doing it. But
oh man.
It's not that
I can't
bad.
do it anymore. The only thing I can do now is pop lock and the robot. That's it.
Too much. But yeah, another game that I was actually interested is Battle Chef Brigade.
Oh yeah, that's the game where you cook monsters and then like get scored on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more like you hunt the monsters, cook them, and get score on. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, you cook them and then you get more points. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and also can't forget about 9 Parchments.
Yeah, that's basically Gauntlet Legends, but for people who haven't played a Gauntlet Legends in years.
Years, yeah.
Ages.
See, that's the thing about a lot of these games that are coming out for the indies. I'm like, man, this is making me want the game they're inspired by. Like I saw Tiny Army, and I'm like, man, I really wish I could get
Battalion Wars,
Army War, Advance Wars, or a Battalion Wars, yeah, or 9 Parchments. I'm like, man, it would be great if they made another Gauntlet Legends. I would totally kill for another Gauntlet Legends. I mean, I wouldn't really kill someone, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
But will we ever get another Gauntlet Legends? No, as long as Warner Brothers holds the rights to it.
Speaking of Floor Kids, they're actually streaming it now on Nindies at Night.
I might check out the uploads or something later tomorrow.
Nindies.
Oh yeah.
Honorable mention. Even I'm not particularly interested in this game, but I have to give them their creativity. Murphy's Law, which is
Oh, I see. Would would you would you shrink parts of your body in order to do some weird stats onto yourself?
yeah, basically try to shoot off a particular body part of your opposing team, and what you shoot off, it actually grows that same body part on your own.
So your body gets bigger and smaller so that you can get around the field easier in order to
And
accomplish your
there's
objective.
implications aplenty when you say that.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, you're right, you pervert. People consider me a pervert, but now that you said it, yeah, that is kind of that is a little
it
perverted.
just writes itself, seriously.
Yeah.
you know, it couldn't go better than Sausage Sports Club.
As I said, some of these things just write themselves.
Oh, yeah. I gotta give him that, man. That's a wicked title right there. Makes you think.
Right, what type of sausage sports club is this shit, man? What are you doing? Oh. Like, here's the thing. And this goes back to our original thing. People keep on saying they want Nintendo to get third party. Like, the indies are the type of third party I think Nintendo should be striving to be like. Not third parties like Sony and Microsoft.
As I said, hexadecimal yes, because with titles like that and fun gameplay, you're gonna be laughing your rear ends off.
Yeah.
Whew. Sorry, I had to get that out before I get into another chuckle fest.
No, that's okay. So anyone else have any other topics they want to bring up before we wrap things up? Anything they want to promote? Anything they're like, this game is really good, but no one's talking about it?
I will give honorable mention to Yono and the Celestial Elephants. And for you Schmuck fans, Dimension Drive.
So, also, I'm surprised Bastion and Transistor haven't hit any Nintendo consoles yet. They're still belonging to Sony. I know. Bastion is on everything but a Nintendo console, and then
That is true. It is on everything but a Nintendo console.
Of course.
It's almost like they're going out of their way not to put it on a Nintendo console. That's just ridiculous.
I always figure they do really well on Nintendo consoles. I don't know why they're not.
Considering Bastion's basically Legend of Zelda, and Transistor is basically Legend of Zelda mixed with a RPG type premise,
Mixed with Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Why would But you're making too much sense, dude. And I've told everyone this. You can't make sense around here. Good business sense.
I know. Well, WB published Bastion, so that answers my question. And I think Transistor. I think Transistor's soul still belongs to Sony. So, I mean, it's on PC as well, but the console stuff still belongs to Sony. And Sony said they don't really care about indies anymore. So. Remember that? Remember when they basically said indies don't matter?
Sony cared about indies. Sony cared about indies when they were losing tons and tons of money on their systems on the PS3. Now that Sony's in the lead, they don't, indies don't matter. So
I was gonna say quote unquote in the lead because how much of a hole in the pocket they got?
They're still losing a lot of money, but when I say they're in the lead, I mean that Sony doesn't have to pay out a lot of money in order to make in order to get third party support, because third party support is what's most important to Sony at this point, not first or second party games. So
Well, that's a real dumb thing to say when you're bleeding out of every orifice. When AAA is bleeding out of every orifice.
You know what, Kenoshi? You
You're
gotta
right, but
you gotta find me. Yeah, Kenoshi, you gotta find me that article because I really want to see it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, geez, how could you freaking say something like that? That's like,
they don't need. Well, they didn't necessarily say it like that. They were like, well, third parties, indies are not a focus for us right now because they like. Why should they? They're kicking ass right now. Why? What do they need with indies right now? Seriously, like.
Yeah.
When people will buy your system when it has no games, period, and people will still buy it, then you don't need indies.
Yeah, because they're purchasing a promise. They're not purchasing. Well, I know this is going to be a good system because they've proven something or other in the past. Where they have a solid first-party lineup. So that's one reason I get a certain console. No, it's just, well, we promised to bring you these games, or we promised to bring you these features, or we promised to do this and that, stuff that we should be doing. So it's whatever. they basically bought just, I don't know. I don't know the particular word for it, but
it's a false promise.
Yeah, false promise.
Wow. Just wow.
It's like yeah, whatever. No, she doesn't look very well. Never mind.
I mean, it is Sony, so.
Well, all right then. Anything else that we have?
Anything else? Anything else before we wrap things up? Anything?
None that I know of here.
Okay, then I guess it's time to wrap things up. So, yeah, this is the end of BS Busters. Anyone has anything they want to pimp out before we wrap things up?
I got nothing really.
All right.
Really, not even pimping out video game facts.
Oh, if anything, I do usually go into video game facts. It's just that if anything, I got nothing going on today for now.
All right.
Oh, okay.
At least around there.
All I gotta say is, buy Sonic Mania for it's the last great Sonic game. So now instead of 3 Sonic games that were good, there are now 4.
Well,
and,
5.
Also get Sonic Colors because that's the only 3D Sonic game that matters. Anyway, that's all I gotta say.
All right. Triple M, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Yeah. Well, the only thing I can pimp out is the live stream of Nindies at Night that's going on right now. So if you got,
I'm gonna go to it because I gotta see Miss Lady.
Pamela Horton.
I'm calling her Miss Lady.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is all I can say is, well, Triple M here. Hope you enjoyed this cast. So I'll see you guys next time. Take it away, Red. And this is Mr. Red Fox, owner proprietor BS Busters. We talk about all types of wonderful things that cannot be described. Our latest episode focused primarily on pointing out the same bullshit that we see every single Nintendo console generation that people just seem to accept now because reasons, have no idea why. Yeah, no idea why. So enjoy the Nindies at Night. Also, let's see. Next Saturday, I'll be doing the Sci-Fi Power Hour, which was supposed to be this Saturday, but
shit happened. You know, if I can get a
How
panel
bad?
together. Yeah, well, you know, shit happened. You know, stuff happens. You know,
Yeah.
I might do a bonus sci-fi power hour tomorrow because it's Labor Day and I have nothing else to do except grill, and that's a pleasurable activity for me. So look forward to that. Might if I can get a panel together. I don't know what it's going to be about. It's not going to be about Star Wars.
I was about to say, isn't that plentiful enough already?
I might do James Bond. I don't know. Depends. She talks in the
Well,
sleep.
Star Wars is like you've mentioned, it's fantasy with a science fiction spin.
Yeah, it's a fantasy spin on science fiction, but that's neither here nor there. We also have another BS Busters coming out next week. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I mean, there's always some shit going. There's always some bullshit going off. So look forward to that.
Surprises.
So yeah, maybe there might be a sci-fi power hour tomorrow if I can get the panel together. If not, definitely next Saturday, 7 o'clock to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then a BS Busters, same bat time, 7 o'clock to 8:30. And peace.
Peace.